boat that was made for contemplating this magnificence. He imagined how this boat with visitors rushed along the water, looking at the statue with the dragon bones. The engineer explained that he thought a lot about how all this should be arranged, but due to the difference in water level between the starting and ending point, the boat would move too fast. Alicia, coolly resting her hand on her cheek when she heard that the engineer did not have a solution to this problem at the moment, asked if he was willing to give up on this idea. Nort continued to kneel, closing his eyes, and said that the young man, also known as Lloyd, had proposed a solution. He pictured this boat racing through the water at different levels, explained that they would make a cascading floor in the reservoir and install retractable doors at each step. Then this boat would race between the different water levels, and as soon as the boat entered the step, they would close the retractable door and lower the level, pumping out the water. Then this boat would lower itself to the same level as the water at the next step, and as soon as the level was equal, they would open another door and let the boat through. Then, according to the schedule, this boat would continue to sail without barriers. The engineer continued to kneel in front of Alicia, who was sitting at the table, when he explained that in addition to this problem, he had managed to solve a number of other issues, and thanks to Lloyd's help, he had a low opinion of himself every time. The protagonist put his hand to his chest, bowed his head, because he believed that he was just an ignorant fool, that he was simply speaking his thoughts out loud, and that only a wise man like the Viscount could decide whether it was really important. At that moment, Nort lowered his head, closed his eyes, and said that the guy solves problems thanks to his rich knowledge of talent, but attributes all the merits to him. He added that Limit gave up his intention to idle wandering, but receives benefits and puts all his efforts into construction. Alicia looked at how the brown-haired man was kneeling in front of her, as if praying, because the Viscount explained that he would be an example to follow for a competent person. The protagonist continued to be angry and angry, without raising his head, and tried to figure out what to take as an excuse, because Alicia should not brand him a traitor to the kingdom. The red-haired girl looked at the guy's butt and told him to stand up and raise his head before he got it again. The protagonist began to get